What's happening, guys? Evan Tech Source, and in this video we're going to be reviewing the OnePlus 7 Pro. This phone has picked up a lot of attention because of its notchless design and pop-up camera. We're going to be going all of the features, and I've been using the phone for over a month now, so here are my full thoughts and opinions. OnePlus has introduced some new device colors. The phone I have here is the Nebula Blue color and the 12GB RAM model with 256GB capacity. Prices for the higher end models don't go drastically up, which for tech enthusiasts justifies buying the phone with more RAM and storage. The Nebula Blue has a painted steel frame and a really cool reflective glass back. On the bottom of the phone, we find the USB-C port, speakers, microphone, and a dual SIM slot. Around the sides are the very tactile volume rockers, power button, and the alert slider. So the front camera pops up from the top left. Itself is a mechanism that OnePlus put a lot of engineering work into. It has an auto detection mechanism to prevent module damage from accidental drops. The 7 Pro does this by using these sensors to approximate drop height and retract the camera, which in practice works perfectly to minimize damage. As for concerns about its longevity, the module is rated for 300,000 uses, and OnePlus even made a promo video with the protruding camera lifting a 49-pound cement block to prove its durability. What all of this has enabled them to do is to have a notchless and practically bezel-less design. The 3120 by 1440p AMOLED panel folds over the edge, and it kind of reminds me of a specific favorite back from 2015 when we first saw this curve done well in the Galaxy S6 Edge. Like the current generation Galaxy devices, the 7 Pro's display curvature is more subtle, and accidental screen presses aren't nearly as much of a problem as those on older panels. The bezel-less viewing experience is unique to one of only a few devices currently on the market without a notch or cutout. The fact that it's also a higher refresh rate at 90 Hz sets this apart from a few top competitors in the high-end market and makes this one of my favorite panels on a smartphone. Built underneath that display is the Fingerprint Scanner housed towards the bottom center. In everyday use, the scanner works very quickly and without fail, the only exception being if your hands are dirty. Around the back, we have an array of 3 cameras, which the 7 Pro uses for different photo modes. It's worth noting the light projection of the flash is incredibly wide, and while I don't use the flash often, it works like a charm to brighten the room. In the box, you'll also receive a clear silicone case, a USB-C cable, SIM eject tool, and a Warp Charge 30-wall adapter, which is really fast to charge the phone. So I have the OnePlus nylon case, which provides a lot of protection to the phone, and additionally I have the sandstone case, which has become a trademark texture for OnePlus. Either case will further prevent accidental touches to the sides of the phone screen. Despite it being so tempting to skip on the case and see that glass shimmering, it's a big risk on your investment that I wouldn't take every day. Now, OnePlus does claim the phone is water resistant, but it's not IP rated, which means that it can take a drop in the sink or bathtub even, but just be careful to dry it out as soon as possible. Moving on to user experience and software. So the 7 Pro is running Android 9 Pie with Oxygen OS. As I previously mentioned, this model has 12GB of RAM and the chipset is no slouch. The octa-core Snapdragon 855 and the Adreno 640 chips inside the device gives you the ability to crank up settings on any mobile game or throw task after task at it without slowing down. Swipe gestures on the lock screen are still a really convenient way to toggle commands on these OnePlus devices, and that's a feature I appreciate day to day. The customization Oxygen OS allows you to do are enough to make me content. Battery life has been pretty good. It has a 4000 mAh battery, which can be juiced up pretty quickly using the included charger. On average, with my medium to heavy use, I will get around 7 hours of screen on time, which can be extended to 7.5 hours by reducing brightness and enabling battery saver. By the way, that 7 hours is with GPS, Bluetooth, and cellular data turned on. This will easily get me through the day, and on lighter use cases, I can get closer to 8 hours of on-screen time. The speakers located on the top of the screen and the bottom of the phone are surprisingly loud, and the quality doesn't significantly distort at higher volumes. Now, in addition to the built-in fingerprint scanner, there is an option to use face unlock with the pop-up camera. The motor takes close to half a second to pop up, and it's accurate to detect faces. Overall, this pop-up camera is a perfectly viable way to remove the notch. Okay, now let's talk about the camera performance. The 3 cameras here are for telephoto, ultra-wide, and regular photos. The camera app does a great job switching between cameras seamlessly. In my weeks with the phone, both the gallery and camera app have proven reliable. Dynamic range and sharpness have been drastically improved on this model coming from previous OnePlus devices. Autofocus has been taken another step further, and the new Nightscape has proven to be a close competitor to Google's Night Sight. Photos taken on the 7 Pro are very comparable to the Pixel 3 XL and the S10 Plus, but in my opinion, the 3 XL still takes the crown for rear camera still images. OnePlus has delivered a device with very few compromises, the only notable exception being the microSD card slot and headphone jack, which is slowly becoming less of an importance with the trend towards more affordable Bluetooth audio devices. And that wraps up my review of the OnePlus 7 Pro. If you guys enjoyed it, consider dropping a like, and if you didn't, you know what to do. If you guys want to check out the phone, I'll drop a link to it down below. And also let me know in the comment section what you guys think of the OnePlus 7 Pro as well. Thanks again so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.